Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. Oh, I'm in so much pain right now. I had an eyelash under my eyelid, and I think I have another one that's still there and just annoying me. But you know what's fine? I'm just gonna take out my frustrations on top of this stage real quick before I continue the storyline. Ooh, this is annoying. Hello, what's the stream title for? Because Ram and I were eating bananas earlier and now I feel extra powerful. Funnily enough, my dad has been telling me to eat the bananas in the house. Oof. Maybe by the time I finish streaming, the eyelash will let me take it out. So it took a long time to get one eyelash out from under my eyelid. The other one's just hiding. I think I have to cry it out. Big oof. Ooh, hello. I want the power to take out the whole eye. Then I could just clean it. Minus the eye pain and the neck pain, pretty good. Mainly because when I logged in, I got some delicious sand quartz, as you can see, for a login bonus. I love those login bonuses where they're like, hey you, thank you for logging in so much. Take these extra saint quartz. Have fun with it. I'm like, thanks, game. Thank you, game. Now time for Kali Yuga, the demon of the end. Hello? I really want to summon Ganesha. I hope she spooks me. I like her. She's funny. Right now, I think this is a decent enough team, so boop. Here I go. Yay. Totally not ominous. Ooh. Yeah, totally not ominous. The life in the land Harg, this is ridiculous. Even I can tell something's off about me. Thinking back on it, I haven't been my usual spiteful self ever since Qin Shi Huang captured me. Koyonskaya, how many awesome outfits do you have? I'm jealous, but I still do not forgive you for doing that to Foe. If I just planted a bomb or three when I snuck onto the shadow border and blown everyone to Kingdom Come, I could have spent the rest of my time on a leisurely tour of the Lost Belts. I swear, what was I thinking? You felt like trolling us, Koyonskaya, with your cake. No, I shouldn't dwell on it. No capable woman would let what she did or didn't do in the past stop her in the present. I'm just going to focus on business here. Once I get in my groove, I'll get my old spite back in no time flat. I'll just check on the Tree of Emptiness's growth now and then, and devote most of my time to seeing what sorts of wonderful creatures I can find in this boring old world. Still, Kali, huh? This works out nicely for me. They're the sort of thing that makes abandoning a lost belt worthwhile. China's regime was so ridiculously strict and thorough about getting rid of anything it didn't like that there was nothing left for me to have fun with. But here, I can get back to my roots and really mess with everything humans love. Chaldea just adores that sort of thing. This world is very hospitable to human life, but also extremely strict about virtue and goodness. If a human strays from the path even once, their god's law won't even let them reincarnate anymore. Ooh, hello? That's what I love about boring, simple-minded gods. They're as cruel and merciless as they come. Still, I don't much care for this world's god or that shitty monk and his creepy-ass grin. Creepy monk? I want to see the creepy monk. So I think I can spare some time to mess with them while I take care of business. Maybe I'll take one of those blissfully ignorant humans and wrench a smile from their face just a tiny bit. Why? I bet that's exactly what some people actually want. And walking the line between supply and demand is an important service in its own right. Koyanskaya, you scary. So you're always on the lookout for this Sita person, huh? Yes, I am. If you happen to see her anywhere, please let me know right away. You don't know what she looks like? Not a problem. If you ever see the greatest woman in the world, one so beautiful and graceful with her inner strength that could move mountains, and think she would be perfect as my wife, you'll know you found Sita. What a great description. I see. I still like the whole hot Shota King thing you've got going on, but knowing you've already got a canon ship makes it a lot harder to fantasize about you. I'm sure some people wouldn't let it hold them back, but somehow, I'm not really into that. Okay, Ganesha does not like NTR. Oh well, guess I'll just have to keep my fantasies to a minimum and enjoy gazing on some hot Rama flesh in real life. I am not sure what you're talking about. Some kind of protective spell? In that case, I will gladly accept it. On a different subject, you guys are outside now, right? What does it look like? Something has seemed off to me since this morning. No, not just off. It's outright strange. Pretty sure there's a lot more water around here. Pretty sure there's a lot more flowers around here. I remember the flowers the most. They were pretty. That's true. The change in environment is even more drastic than I was expecting. The ground is dry and barren, and this wind is much stronger and foul-smelling. The plants are all dead or dying. Everything is so different from yesterday. Maybe this area drains really easily, so all the sunlight it got yesterday dried it up? I didn't think it was that bright out, but who can say with a strange land like this? And then there's the weather. It's not sunny or cloudy, or rainy. If anything, it's kind of sandy? Whatever the cause, this area is clearly much more arid than it was yesterday. The ground is so dry it begun to crack, exposing the minerals and ore underground. That much environmental change in a single day, huh? There's gotta be something particular to this lost belt that's responsible for this. We'll just have to ask Asha or someone when we get the chance. Still, looking around here, does it make anyone else uncomfortable, or is it just me? Ooh, hello? It's like I can't sense much in the way of life now. Compared to yesterday, it feels like everything's cold and inhospitable, if not outright hostile. I agree. The air is even drier today. It feels as though there is something else in this world now. Something besides that mysterious presence that has been holding us back since we first came here. Please don't give me more debuffs. It may not be likely to harm us outright, but it could still interfere with our ability to fight. I recommend you keep that in mind, Master. What do you mean? Please don't be more debuffs. I can't take any more. I mean that there's a difference between fighting in a blessed paradise and fighting in a cursed place of death. Though of course, a true warrior remains strong regardless of their environment. How's my neck feeling? Sore? It's still sore, and it's the right side of my neck specifically. I was looking too much to the right yesterday, and then it got sore. It's so surprising how I haven't gotten any neck pains until now, just because I was looking too long to the right. I've learned my lesson. I see. Thanks. I'll be careful, Karna.
It seems we now have a good chance to put that to the test.
It's a pack of wild beasts. We can't have them following us to the town. Let's take care of them now. It may be colder and dry today, but that also means we won't have to worry about our footing since there isn't any more mud. Mash always look on the bright side, Kirilight, heading out. Aw, that's a cute title. That's a very cute title. Right now, I kind of regret not asking my mom for a new pain patch on my neck. I took the one from yesterday off today because I'm like, it was hot. I felt gross. When the weather gets to around 90 degrees outside, it's like, I feel nasty, so I had to get rid of that pain patch. But I want a new one. Maybe tonight if my mom's still awake, or I'll ask my dad. I'll force one of them to give me one. Because they can't stop me. And oh, I hate this. There's even more debuffs. Decrease NP amount gain. That is annoying. Well, at least it doesn't decrease my gauge. That'd be the worst. But even so, why you do this? Why must you give me debuffs, world? I was gonna call you my favorite lost belt if it weren't for the debuffs. That is so mean. Actually, I'll do it this way. Come on, world. You know you don't want to give me debuffs. My favorite cryptor so far is here. I thought the land was pretty. While it was flowery anyways. But you had to give me debuffs, huh? Demon boars and the wolf. I will eat good tonight. I will eat the demon boars. Delicious meat. Sustenance. I want to use all Arjuna here, but I will use multiple noble phantasms because I want the buffs. I feel sad because I'm debuffed. I feel weak. I don't like being weak sauce. Brute strength is my favorite strategy. Yay, look, we have new flowers. Yay. Maybe for this section, if it's gonna be less NP gain for this day, I should probably bring Merlin too. Right now it's not too bad, but I'll figure it out soon enough. No pain, no gain. I have to learn. I have to suffer to learn. You got through that. Cutscene? No cutscene? Ooh, you got Van Gogh at 90 quartz? Nice, congratulations! I'm gonna try summoning later. Van Gogh's cute, but I want Captain. Captain's adorable. Actually, I want both. Like, come on, let me bring him home. Like, the last few people that I really wanted, they said no. Foreigner... Like, the Foreigner for Voyager, he said no. Voyager's like, nah, I'm not coming to your Chaldea. Himiko said no to me. Ha, maybe I'll get lucky. I guess I am a little heavier today than I was yesterday. Though it might just be that I ate too much breakfast. Something wrong? No. I was just thinking how strange it is to be fighting alongside you. Or rather, Ganesha. You mean in a bad way? Not at all. I feel oddly elevated. I'm very proud. No, happy for you. Gotcha. Ooh, congratulations for your summons too.
Though it's also oddly painful that I don't know why I feel that way. Part of me is compelled to talk to you, and part of me is compelled to stay away.
Ooh, hello, hello.
I'm certain I know you somehow, but for some reason, I can't remember anything specific. Is something wrong?
No, no, nothing's wrong. I was just thinking the same thing. I know, Ganesha. There are rules and etiquette about that sort of thing. Even if it was all a big mistake, I'm still a divine vessel now. I'm not gonna try and weasel out of this. Besides, that would just make things harder for Karna. Yeah, I kinda... Okay. Really wish I could tell him the truth, but I won't. Besides, I feel pretty lucky just getting to fight on the same team as him. Oh, by the way, since I was technically sent here to save the world, just tell me to make sure I've got this straight. Let me just make sure I've got this straight. You said we basically got 3 enemies to deal with in this lost spell, right? And yo, I would call my bro... I wouldn't even be nice. I wouldn't be like Nisan, Oni-sama, or Oni-chan. I would probably call him, like, bad words. Not gonna lie. Like, I already call my bros bad names. I mean, not necessarily bad words, but... I'm like, hey, you. Hey, pig. Look at you, piggy. That's how I already refer to my current siblings. So it'd be the same. You know, Aniki's fun too. One of them's the Tree of Emptiness. If we cut this down, the whole lost belt goes away. Another's the king, sort of the being at the center of this lost belt. They keep the Tree of Emptiness safe. Probably. And last is the Cryptor, a master who wants the lost belt to grow bigger instead of go away. Yep, pretty much. There's also the foreign god's disciples, but otherwise, yeah. So the most important thing is the Tree of Emptiness, then. That's it way off in the distance there, right? Basically, we've just gotta cut it down and we're done, right? So why aren't we heading there now? Every lost belt king we faced so far has been incredibly powerful. And if we get close to the Tree of Emptiness, I'm sure we'll run into the other one, into the one here too. We may be able to see the tree from here, but it's far too dangerous to approach it now. We need to at least gather more information first. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What do you make of that giant floating cube over there? The local we talked to called it God Sky Boulder. Oh, that? I was wondering what its deal was too, but I got absolutely nothing. I don't have a better word for it than mysterious. It just feels like something impossibly out of my reach. Kind of like unlocking an analysis skill on my skill tree.
It's not just that boulder. We still know next to nothing about this entire world.
Yeah, it's definitely not her fault, but I don't feel great about having Asha be our sole source of information either. We still need to talk to all sorts of people to find out everything we can on the king, the Tree of Emptiness, and God Sky Boulder. That's another reason why it's worth taking the time to defend the town. Makes sense, Gordy?
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say a word. But if you're going to do this, then make sure you do it well. There will be no secret hero nonsense on my watch. I want you to put these people so far in your debt, they'll be begging you to let them help.
Oh, it's not like you to be so forthcoming, Gordy. It's a good look for... Huh? These readings. Hey, you guys should be in viewing distance of the town by now, right? Can you see anything?
We can. Something's not right, Master.
Uh-oh, I hope your browser gets fixed.
I can see smoke coming from that direction. The attack must have already begun.
Come on, let's hurry. Well? So much changes in just a single day. Fo? Oh no. This is terrible. No way. This place was just so nice a few days. This place was so nice just a few days ago. How did this happen?
The first wave must have already gotten here. I thought we had gotten here as soon as we could, but it seems I was careless yet again. You guys came back, huh?
I'm glad you two are both okay. Yeah, we are, though.
Damn Ulo. Today's Kali Yuga. We're not done by a long shot.
Yeah, there's gonna be even more Kali today. So many you jump out of your skin in surprise. And today, they could show up anytime.
I remember you said there were more Kali during Kali Yuga, but this is far more than I expected. They're clearly going to keep on destroying more of the town. How are you going to survive their attack?
I know, our house was destroyed too, but we gotta do something. Maybe we'll ask someone to let us stay in their house, or hide in the rubble, or just run away. We'll just have to keep praying and do the best we can.
Humph. You again? What are you doing here?
Mayor, we saw that your town has already suffered significant damage. Couldn't you and the other townspeople work together and let us help you fight off the Kali?
Don't be ridiculous. How many times have to tell you? This is all our God's will. It's a trial He set before us. There's no need for us to fight, as long as we pray with sincerity. The sacred beast will save us. Having blasphemers with no intention of praying like you around will leave a stain on this entire town. You can't be here. You shouldn't be here. And we don't want you here. Now go away and leave us alone.
Which God are you talking about?
What do you mean, which God? God is God. There's only been one God ever since He's made this world during the first Yuga long ago.
There it is again. He believes what he says with absolute conviction. At first I thought this town just happened to practice monotheism.
But does this mean there really is only a single God in this world? Could they be this lost belts? Ah, they're back. I'll just have to forget about the heretics for now. Oh God, I pray to you now with the greatest sincerity. I fulfilled my duties as this town's mayor. Please, lend me your protection.
Oh, Auntie. Asha, Ajay, I finally managed to convince my husband to let you in. Come on, you can pray in our house this time.
Thanks. Come on, Asha.
Wait, I have to carry Vihan. Wine. I'm glad Vihan's safe too. Please be careful, Asha.
Yes, make sure you're well hidden. I'm sorry your house was destroyed, but I can at least help you rebuild it when this is over. In fact, I can even have the animals in the nearby woods come and help with but a single call to action.
Thanks, but that's okay. This Yuga's almost about to cycle over. You guys all be careful too. The Yuga's about to end and everyone dies, right? I hope that doesn't mean me. Things are worse here than I thought. This looks like one of those post-nuclear apocalypse RPGs or something. It's even worse because I know what it was supposed to look like.
Unfortunately, If we don't fight back now, the destruction will only get worse. Look, they're here.
So those are the Kali. Yep, they definitely look like Indian demons. Not that I have any idea what Indian demons look like.
Are you sure you're an Indian god?
There are even more of them now than there were yesterday.
I'm counting on you, child of Parvati.
Whoa, don't do that. Fending off wild beasts is one thing, but I have zero confidence when it comes to fighting actual demons. When you get right down to it, I'm just a shut-in who's never had a job in her life. There's no way I can live up to expectations like that.
It may have been brief, but I did fight you myself. I have a fair idea of what you're capable of. Your power is perfectly adequate. You should be more than capable of fighting alongside us. Ram and I will both be trusting you to watch our backs.
Well, technically, I guess I am Ganesha now. And I know old Elephant Head's gonna be upset with me if I don't show off his godly side at least a little bit. So okay, fine. I obviously don't have a choice, so I'll do it already. If any baddies think they can get past this wall of divinely protected flab, they're welcome to try. Divinely protected flab. I like that. That is a great way to describe that. I'm glad you're willing to help. Both the Ortonax's hardware and software are working fine. For this fight, I'll be prioritizing long-term stability over explosive output. We're up against a lot of enemies, Master, but let's do our best to push them back. Ganesha, please let me summon you. Please spook me. Heck, even if it's on top of the current banners, please spook me. Now, come on, Ganesha. I like you. And because I like you, you're probably gonna say no to me. You're gonna play hard to get, because that's how it be. So there's 6 enemies in total. First, I will use Musashi because Musashi is Musashi. I still hate this debuff. The debuff is very annoying. But you know, I'll live with it. Hopefully. I'm saving the defense down for the next 3. Oof. If only I didn't have debuffs, I think I could have gotten them down in one noble phantasm. It makes me sad. Well, we tried our best, and that's what matters. Yeah, woohoo! Sobs. Just sobbing at this point. Yeah, to get rid of one, then the other one in the next round, and then I can use Arjuna. If only Castoria could get rid of those debuffs. Darn permanent debuffs. Okay, these Kalis are super buff. But it's fine. Gotta get rid of Kali B so I can go after D, E, and I'm assuming F? Yep, F. There, that looks pretty good. I can at least get rid of Kali D this turn. And if not, oof. Especially since I'm using all Buster, I'm gonna believe in the power of Buster. Actually, no, I'm gonna use both of them. I'm not just believing in the power of Buster. I believe in the power of NP Chain. Time to believe. Great job, Musashi. Now finish them, Arjuna. Yay. Woohoo, that worked. Look, Mare, we survived. You proud of us now, Mare? Okay, there's 3 different types. This is still fine. I must stick with what I have. Though, since there's another type, I feel the slightest tinge of fear. So let's see, what options do I have? Okay, I see. Well, in this case, might as well get more critical stars. That way Arjuna can hit hard. Gah! There's so many of them. This is exhausting. Can I take a break now? Fo. What's that? Why do I have all these excess energy stores? Weed fat. If I'm not going to use them? Okay. I'll hang in there a little longer.
Now those creatures have shown up too. Things are about to get even busier for us. So the sacred beasts are now here as well. We'll just have to try and get them to focus on the Kali as much as possible. If any of them come after us, we'll have no choice but to take them out.
Right. The Orton Axis output is holding steady. Even after prolonged operation, I can keep going no problem. Alright, here comes the next wave of enemies, Master. I don't want to fight Sacred Beasts too. Sacred Beasts hurt me the most because... Ryder kills my support. Ooh, she's good for the longer fights. Nice. Hopefully Merlin's a wonderful support for her. I will believe in Merlin. Emotional support Merlin. Ooh, I can feel the eyelash, but I can't get it out. It's so annoying. Right side of my neck hurts. Left eye has an eyelash. Another eyelash under my eyelid somewhere. Ha. Sad. Well, at least that evens out the pain in a way. But not in a good way. Oh, okay, she's arts. Oh man, she would be great with Castoria then. Now, time to use... Oh wait, I thought the Sacred Beast was a rider. Oops. You're a Lancer. Okay. Though you do give me fear, so I will target you and use all of Musashi. And also do this because I need more NP gain. I'm gonna beat those debuffs. And there. I'm just saving Castoria's Noble Phantasm a tiny bit longer. Oops, I forgot to use the arts thing. Oh well, too late. Yeah, no regrets. Phew. For these Kali, when they assert their swagger, I wonder what it's like asserting swagger. Like, how does one do that? Is it difficult? Please take him down. Oof. Well, that makes me a little sad. The Kali's gonna live. Oh, never mind. I thought I was gonna get rid of the attack up.
Okay, that is a scary one. I'm gonna stun you because you give me fear, Mr. Dawon. You are the one. The one and only the one. Might as well use all my buffs. I'm gonna become the buffest. Also, poor Musashi was just being bullied with curses. So there. Wonderful, lovely, yes. Have I had any issues since the update? No, surprisingly. So after the update, I only did a couple of quests because I have to fight some kings for my weekly. That's the only one I have left for my weekly, the king fighting. And I wanted some Halloween craft essences, so I summoned from the friend pool, as one do. Alright, that was before the update actually, for the friend pool one. I didn't summon from my friend pool today, so I'm not sure if that's gonna break anything. But otherwise, the game's been running normally. They'll watch me just jinx that by saying that. Did I jinx it? Okay, no. Man, it's so nice having this reduced AP. I love it. Yeah, nah. I feel like if I make the animation any smoother, it's gonna like break my game somehow because I tend to break games magically. That's the last of... No, they're still coming. Nobody told me this was gonna be a horde mode where you can't even grind out any EXP. At least they're coming in waves, so we've been able to keep them at bay. But it does feel like we've been fighting them forever. Given how the townspeople aren't any less fearful now, I'm afraid I'm forced to come to an unfortunate conclusion. I suspect the Kali attack is going to continue for the entire rest of the day. Great. Just what I didn't want to hear. Great. Great. And even with the other thing, I'm probably gonna stick at 30 frames per second because even on my phone, I have to lower the quality of some of my games because it overheats my phone. Since it's so freaking hot here. Too high definition causes so much overheating, and I fear for my laptop. Just replacing the screen was, in total with the repairs plus the replacement part, maybe $300, $400, and I can't imagine anything else if I melt something accidentally. Ugh, big fear. No matter. Our task is to continue the fight until our enemies are vanquished. If that means we must fight on until dusk or dawn, then so be it. Though, that's not to say you should keep fighting with us, Master. Please take some rest whenever you must. It would be bad for all of us if you were to collapse from exhaustion. Don't worry, I'm making sure to pace myself. It's okay, I've actually been slacking off more than you think. Like, don't worry, I'm pacing myself. Excellent posturing, Master. Very inspirational. That said, this battle has become a true war of attrition. As long as things continue like this, I think we'll be able to prevent any further casualties. Oh, just so you know, Rama, that is exactly
That is exactly the sort of thing you absolutely do not say, unless you want things to suddenly go much, much worse. There, I knew it. Ganesha can feel something coming.
Is that... could it be... the new agent of God I've been hearing rumors about?
Who?
That's...
It's not the other Neza. It's a new servant we haven't seen before. Be careful, guys.
the hell? I knew I sensed an unfamiliar divine aura around here, but I sure as hell wasn't expecting this. What's this bullshit? This is pissing me the hell off. What do you think you're doing here, Karna?
Hey, it's my Hot Wheels.
Hello, Asvataman.
You know each other? Is he an Indian hero too? You know each other?
That's right. His name is Asvataman. I fought for the Kauravas alongside this brave warrior during the Kurukshetra War. He's a son of Drona, my mentor, under whom we both trained. He's both my friend and right now I'm your enemy, Karna.
What do you mean? Didn't you just say he was your friend, Karna?
I spoke the truth. But now, he and I are both servants, bound to obey our master's orders. If our masters are at odds with one another, then of course that makes us enemies. Yeah, exactly. It's so damn obvious it's maddening. I couldn't agree more, damn it.
Gah, is he always this angry? He looks like he's gonna be as tough to communicate with as Karna, though for real different reasons. Bros and punks are the hardest kinds of people for Sheddens to deal with.
That's just how he is. Though I do think he used to be a little more, composed. By the way, Asvataman, who's your master now? Oh, it's a Ashvataman, who's your master now?
And more emphasis on the top part though, okay.
Ha! Just hearing you ask that pisses me off. You'll figure that out soon enough. We already ran into a master candidate here. Maybe he's Pepperoncino's servant too?
And if he is, of course that's why I summoned him. I gotta steal every crypter's servant because that is how I be as a master in my Chaldea. That's how my Chaldea rolls.
I'm not so sure. Strictly speaking, we still have no evidence that the other Neza we met is Pepperoncino's servant either.
Never mind who his master is for now. We've got more than enough to digest just by having a new servant to deal with. Well, since he's showing up now, there's not much to question as to why he's here.
That also pisses me off. Of course it's obvious. I can't let you lot run around doing whatever the hell you want. Gah. Now we've got to fight another servant too. Oi, Karna. Don't you dare go easy on him just because you know him. Do you really think I would? Eep!
Sorry about that. I think Gordy just forgot who he was talking to. I'm getting bored just sitting around doing nothing, so I think I'll speak up too. I know Karna already told you who Ashvataman is, but his perspective is colored by having known him in life. Since I only know of him from the Mahabharata. let me give you one more piece of objective information about how Ashwataman is depicted there. In the Mahabharata, he's said to be just as strong as Karna, if not stronger. So, be careful. What? You mean this guy is actually on Karna's level?
I won't deny that. I was never the strongest warrior, even back when I was studying under Drona. Then we should not even consider going easy on him. We'll need to keep our guard up at all times.
Exactly. Be careful when you're facing him, guys. Got it. This is clearly no time to be worried about conserving energy. Switching Orchitanax over to anti-servant combat mode. Armored Shielder Mashkiri Light, preparing to engage in full-powered combat. Awaiting your orders, Master.
Oh, I'm mad as hell. Now that I'm a servant, anger's the only thing I feel. My whole spirit origin is built on it.
Man, that kinda sounds like you should be an Avenger, my dude. Full with rage. Burning passion.
So even though I haven't fought you since we last crossed swords while training under my old man, Karna, I feel no nostalgia, no joy. The only thing I have, the only thing I feel, the only thing I am now is rage.
Very, very fiery passion. Kinda makes me want to bring my own Karna, but nah. Nah, I don't think I even raised my Karna well. I don't believe. I doubt I did, so I'm gonna stick with what I have. Or maybe not. Actually, no, not In this case... Hey, Enkidu, you wanna poke a dude in the face? Or actually, I'm a steer a tiny bit of the people who I also raised. I gave Romulus some love earlier. Let me see. Never mind, it's to all enemies. Maybe Enki Diddly Doo will do the thing. Just for funsies. Oh yeah, last time you did mention Karna's level being on the lower side. But even if you're on the lower side in that world, you're still extremely OP, right? When compared to like normal people. Well this is gonna be annoying. But you know, this is fine. Yeah, this is completely fine. I'll just use Arjuna here. I'ma save Enkidu. Because I should. I feel fear otherwise. I'm gonna be edgy and not use Castoria yet. Arjuna's at the top. You know, that makes sense. My Arjuna is a beast. He is the greatest. He is my MVP. He is the boy. He has the title of the boy. Oh no, these are tough enemies. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a big uh-oh moment for me. Well...
No fear.
No fear, no fear. Never feel fear. Ha, ha, ha. Sobs.
No fear.
Enkidu, you're gonna have to wreck face in the last round. I believe in you. No fear. Okay, that's pretty good. Oof. Oh, I hate defense down and curse. But I'm not gonna use the heal yet. But I will use Guts just in case they break through his shield and then wreck his face. Because Arjuna's a beautiful boy. I'm gonna focus on you some more, Dewan. Oof. Arjuna, why are they bullying you? Is it because you're so beautiful? You're too beautiful, aren't you? Understand? Ah, so close. Wow, they really do not like my Arjuna. Or no, they love him. They love him so much they want to help fill up his gauge because they're such kind creatures. Look at how kind they are. But just in case, I'm gonna give him invincible because I feel the tinge of fear. And I could probably use his Noble Phantasm in the next round. So I'm gonna start attacking the other Dewan. If Arjuna goes poof here, big oof. Yeah, if he goes poof, just oof. Nope, I'm just gonna stun because I feel it's like tinge of fear. I'm gonna target you, Kali. And hope for the best, yes. Please destroy the Kali. Great job, Arjuna. Nice. There, that's what I wanted, and uh-oh, it has a thing ready. Oh no, it's gonna wreck face. I might as well just become extra buff and destroy it. Assuming my debuffs don't destroy me instead. This way, I want to do this. Yay. Phew. Okay, the Berserker down, the Buster down thing I gave the one. Super effective. Phew. Okay, Hot Wheels. You ready for this? You ready for me to bring on the pain? Heh. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy you. And I'll do it this way. Heh heh heh. Through the power of Buster. Yay. Come on, Enkidu. Great job, Enkidu. Yo, these debuffs I gave him made it so much easier. Phew. Now I see. I can indeed tell for myself that you and Karna studied under the same master. Yeah? Freaking infuriates me to admit it, but you're not half bad yourself, brat. In fact, you kind of remind me of someone. Parashurama? Or maybe Krishna? I can see why you think that. Those two are avatars of Vishnu, just as I am. I am Rama, king of Kosala. Ha, that's so? Well, let me give you a little tip.
In this lost spell, I wouldn't go around bragging about being an avatar of a god. You might not like what happens.
What do you mean by?
Hold it. Something else is headed your way. It's not reading like a Kali or a sacred beast. Wait, these are servants, and not just one. There are several. There are several.
William, tell me why you're here.
Hehe. looks like you're out of time. Ashvataman.
Recommendation. Cease this game. It is meaningless.
I concur. There's no point to your game, or in us being here, I swear. I don't even know why we came along at all.
Exclamation points! And dot dot dot. The shiny Neza is the scariest. Phew. Kali Yuga, a revolving world. William telling the summer event was funny. I like that dream hotel. Fall. Master, get back. There are two servants I've never seen before, and I guess that other Neza was on the enemy side after all. We already know how strong she is. Be very careful not to let your guard down, Master.
Whoa there, slow down, girlie. We're not here to fight. Shh! You guys piss me off. First you make me come all the way to see what's up. Then you just show up anyway. So they are Taman's allies. But why would so many servants band together like this? Anger unnecessary. We need only obey him. We haven't sensed Indian gods here in a long time. I don't blame him for being interested, even if it's pointless.
Why are they looking at me like that? I haven't done anything wrong aside from eating like a elephant. Yo, this makes me like Pepperoncino even more. He just like me, having multiple peeps on my side. I respect that, Pepperoncino. Plus, I've trained with Scotty, so I'm prepared to punch you. As much as I love you, I will beat you up to assert my dominance, and then we can become besties. Misaki, are you seeing this? Or rather, not seeing it? Yeah, the Kali and Sacred Beasts are all gone. Yep. I think we might have just accomplished our initial goal of keeping this town safe, so that's cause for celebration. Though maybe not too much, since we've now gotten you much more difficult obstacles instead. If you aren't here to fight, then why are you here?
Didn't we mention it? We're accompanying him. He told us to come along, so we did. That's all there is to it. This him you speak of, is he your master? Something like that. Or close enough anyway. Either way, it's only natural we'd obey him. After all, he's the only god here. The one final god. Look, here he comes! This reading. Actually, I'm sure you can all see this as well. Look up in the sky!
Yeah, I think you Indian heroes might just recognize that. We know what it is too. Though the only time we saw someone riding it, it was the decidedly non-Indian king of heroes. It's both a flying chariot and a ship, a floating palace that serves as transport for the gods, that's said to even be capable of ascending into space. Hello?
A white Vimana?
What an entrance! I love it! Oh, I'm so happy it's even the long-haired one too! I love that beautiful white long hair.
Who's that riding it? Is that...
You, it's my boy!
He looks different, but I still recognize his face. I would never mistake him for anyone else. So I can say with certainty.
And all the servants here obey my boy? Even better.
That is Arjuna.
I originally wanted Arjuna for his beautiful hair, but I never did keep him in that form. Because I was lazy. Arjuna? Really? It's my boy!
Not the one recording Chaldea, of course. He must have an altogether different spirit origin here.
Holmes, maybe for story-wise Chaldea, but my Chaldea has him. I don't have the other Arjuna, but I have this one.
No. Once, I may have been known as Arjuna, but now, I am a god.
Arjuna looks beautiful no matter what form he's in. He's just a beautiful boy.
What's going on? It feels like my hair is standing on end.
Yeah, I feel it too. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm getting chills. But I do know that no good guy would ever go around introducing himself as a god. With the obvious exception of Ganesha, since he's the real deal.
So, beings with divine power have come from the outside. An avatar of Vishnu, a child of Parvati, and Karna, son of Surya. So that is all of you.
Don't forget about us normal humans. Yo, that ship is popular, huh? That's right. The Master of Chaldea and her servant are here as well. Well.
Ha! He usually wouldn't even look at you if you're not gods. But you guys are idiots. So idiotic, it's infuriating. But thanks to that, now he's noticed you too.
Arjuna, the boy noticed me?
Which means you guys are done for.
No. He wants to test my strength, and once I prove myself to him, then he'll love me too.
Well, now that you've come all this way to see them for yourself, what do you think? Nothing.
Well, at least that's not a bad first impression. It can only get better from here if I'm currently nothing. Yeah.
Huh? This ended up being no more than a fleeting diversion. I thought I might feel something, but there was nothing.
Not yet anyways, God Arjuna.
To me, as I am now, all these foreign elements I see below me are equally defective, immature, and worthless. They do not belong in a perfect world. In that sense, they are evil. God has witnessed defective beings. God has witnessed evil. They have no place in the next Yuga. Welp, there he goes. I guess he's not going to give us any orders then.
Conclusion: impossible, futile, meaningless. Nothing and no one can break his concentration. We'll just have to wait.
Man, this really was a waste of time. I knew I should have just ignored all this and kept going with my research. Yeah, I know that means I'd be gone in the next Yuga. I just wanted to vent.
What's going on? I don't want to face the noble phantasm myself.
Crap. Arjuna's gathering an unbelievable amount of energy around him. Indeed, the sheer energy for this noble phantasm, if it can even be called that, is like nothing I've ever seen. In fact, several of our sensors have been overloaded while trying to measure it. Whoa, what? That can't possibly be good. Hurry up and do something. Hear me, Arjuna. You think I'm defective, immature, worthless? Look at me. Look me in the eye, take up your arms, and pay attention, Arjuna. Otherwise, this spear we put to a cowardly use, and I don't want that. Even after all that, you would still ignore me, Arjuna? Karna, I understand that you two have a lot of history, and I'm sure there are rules you are bound to as warriors of Kuru. But neither of those is true for me. As far as I'm concerned, he's already started this fight. And as I'm sure you know, when I decide to do something, I do it, whether my enemies are paying attention to me or not. Master, I'm going to use everything I've got to stop him, requesting permission to release my noble phantasm.
By all means, permission granted. Now let him have it. Maybe I should raise my... Or actually, no, my Karna's kind of raised, I think, so I could use him too. If I did raise him anyways. If I didn't, oops.
Brahmastra!
You go, Destructo Disc. Rama? I think your NP might be bugging out, because it looked like it didn't work on him at all.
What? That can't be. That blade even destroyed the great Rakshasa, Ravana. How could it have... I understand your shock and confusion, but since we must rely on accurate information, let me be clear. Your noble phantasm did not so much as scratch him. Furthermore, he did not take any sort of defensive action against it. It simply failed to do anything to him.
That lines up with what I saw too, though I still can't believe it.
At first I thought it might be an effect of the enormous amount of power he's concentrating near him. But that doesn't appear to be the case either. Which would mean he possesses some sort of anti-interference ability that not even Rama's noble phantasm can penetrate. But how is that possible?
Oh, Ravana's the one who stole his waifu? Oof, poor Rama.
Be that as it may, we kings are notoriously stubborn. I could never hope to find Sita if I were to give up now. I'm going to try again, and I won't hesitate to use anything or anyone. Help me, son of Surya.
Please help him, Karna.
If that is your order, Master. Hurry it up. Whatever's going on here, the pressure's still building. Now get a move on before it's too late.
Alright, this time I want both of I want you both to. Oh, 4. Can you really not see what's going on here? Forget it. It won't work. Don't take this the wrong way, but neither Rami's nor Carney's noble phantasms will have a chance against him. I like how Rama and Karna already have nicknames. Rami and Carney. That makes me want Starbucks just because like my dad calls Starbucks Starbies. So when I think of the IE nickname, I'm like Starbies. Oh, now I want Starbucks. Gosh darn it. Oh well. Maybe tomorrow. Trust me, he outclasses you guys in every way, after all. He's every Indian god rolled into one single super being. Thank you for that, Pepperoncino. I'm battling an archer. Weird. That ain't my boy Arjuna, unless that is. Maybe it is Arjuna. I'll find out soon enough. I will keep Enkidu. And I'll bring my own Arjuna because I'm edgy like that. It's you. Huh? Pepperoncino? Well, here we are, together again, and much sooner than I expected. I was going to just sit back and watch, but I just had to say something after seeing how utterly dense you are. We can talk more later though. Right now, you need a skedaddle. Chop chop.
What? You're enemy too. Why should we listen to anything you have to?
Well, what if I told you that I was only up in those mountains because I was running from Neza? And then Neza only stopped fighting you guys because tracking me down was a higher priority? What I mean is that they are my enemies as much as yours.
I see. So if that Arjuna is the master of all those servants, including Neza, then our young Scandinavia Pepperoncino can be the master of none. There appears to be no evidence to the contrary either.
I really don't have time to lay it all out for you right now. I guess I'll have to try the direct approach.
Yes, I am a crypter, and I know we're on opposing sides, but I promise you, I'm not lying. If you don't get out of here right now, it will be the end of everything.
Pepperoncino, does this mean we're friends now? Are we on the same side? But what about the townspeople?
It's okay. You don't have to worry about them. The ones who are fine are well and truly fine, and the ones who aren't, well, you can't help them now anyway. The one thing I can say for sure is that there's a very good reason why you all need to get out of here as fast as you possibly can. If that's still not enough to convince you, then I'll have to resort to cliches instead of logic. The truth is, right now, that's the only weapon I've got. Ready? Here goes! I hope you'll trust me on this.
Pepperoncino. What do we do? I believe him. I don't think he's lying. I believe him. Pepperoncino, let's be besties. We don't have to fight either. That's still a pretty good gift, even if it couldn't kill Arjuna. Because Arjuna's just so OP. Same. Pepperoncino's a good person. I can't imagine he would ever try to deceive anyone.
A good person, huh? From my perspective, you seem to be... What? A show-off? No. If nothing else, I agree you aren't lying. I have no objection to my master's decision. What? You believe him? Field decisions trump everything, Mr. Gordolf. Get used to it. Alright, hurry up and make your way out of... Oh, well, hello, Ashvataman. Long time no see. I guess so. Pisses me the hell off to see you here, ex-master.
Wait. Okay, so Hot Wheels was Pepperoncinos, but Arjuna stole him. Good job, Arjuna. Arjuna, that makes me like you even more. You just want to add on to his group.
My contract with you's been completely overwritten. Any connection we had is long gone.
Aw, well, that's too bad. I don't suppose you'd let me go to celebrate us no longer being master and servant, would you?
Hell no. I can't just let you guys walk out of here. Now that the big boss has decided he wants you gone, it's my job as one of his Lokapala to see it done.
Well, that puts me in a pretty pickle. Would you say all the others feel the same way?
How should I know? But I guess they wouldn't do anything unless they were directly ordered to. Pisses me off. Hehe, yeah, pretty much. Oh, but don't get me wrong. It's not because I don't care about my job. I'm just confident that you're more than capable of handling this alone. Ashvataman. Confidence is hugely important, you know. It's just like hunting. It's a bad idea to work too hard when you're confident in your position. If you go around hunting down mountain animals when you don't need to, the mountain will end up dead. Is your position the only reason you're standing in our way, Ashvataman? Nah, there's more to it than just that. I know if I stop you guys from getting away now, it'll get us one step closer to this perfect world. To his perfect world. And you know what? I want to see his perfect world, I admit it. Which means, I've got no choice but to stop you. So I'm gonna beat all your asses down. And then, I'm gonna kick back and watch as you all get sucked into the dissolution.
The dissolution? What do you mean?
Humph. So the time for words is over, huh? Then I guess I'd better get ready to respond in kind. If nothing else, I can understand him a lot better than being way up there. Let's take him down and secure a way out of here, Master.
I like how during all this talk, Arjuna's just powering up.
So you still refuse to look this way, Arjuna? No, right now, I have another role to fulfill. Awaiting your orders, Master. Let's make our way through.
I wonder if I'll be able to keep up with my NTRing of the cryptors. Though I feel like if I try to do it on purpose, it's gonna not work. Since the NTRing has just been accidental. Up until this point anyways, and because I have now...
Ooh, he's talking.
Wow! Pepperoncino! Thank you, and look! He went for Castoria, of course. Of course, of course. Understandable. Extremely understandable that you'd help her out of all of us. I respect your decision, Pepperoncino. And giving evade is wonderful, thank you. I like evades. Evades are good. Let's see how much damage I can do right here and now. I will go... Wait a second. No, it's fine. Yes. There. Lovely. Woohoo. Defense down 2? Pepperoncino, can you just stay in my team forever? He's giving me some of my favorite things. Defense down, evades. If you start filling up my gauge, Pepperoncino, you're just gonna be so much more epic. But I'm not gonna expect that. You are already wonderful. I didn't even think you were gonna give me buffs. Pepperoncino's the greatest. Might as well stun him now. Just to be rude, I will do that. Come on! Phew. Sheesh, slaughtering them in the night though?
Erg, stand still, damn it!
Pepperoncino's so OP, being able to fight. Yeah, he can just fight better than me, huh? Aw man, Pepperoncino, train me. I want to become extra speedy so my punches are extra effective. Pep is using Magecraft to help us. He's not doing any damage, but he's moving so fast that the enemy can't focus on us. Now's a chance. Can't say I've seen a spell to speed you up quite like that. It looks like it just lets you move around really quickly, plain and simple. Plot twist, he's not even using a spell to be fast. He's just naturally speedy. Pepperoncino's just built different, yo. Want to know how it works? Well, like its name suggests, I use the power of love to bend space around me. Oh, 4. He's obviously lying, but we'll just have to leave it at that for the moment. The important thing is, the enemy's vulnerable now. There's no life forms nearby, and you're a good distance away from the town now, so don't worry about holding back. The power of love, huh? Never mind then, I can't use it. Well, let's see if Karna can actually do damage to Arjuna. Even though his noble phantasm's not supposed to be able to kill him, right? Oh well, we'll see. Wasabi? Shakti! Oh wait, never mind. He was going for Hot Wheels. It's a direct hit. That should do... What?
What was that, Karna? It's gonna take a hell of a lot more than that to kill me. The attack did hurt him, that much is certain. But he's recovering from the damage at an alarming rate. I see you've changed since I last saw you, Ashvataman. Ha! What'd you expect? You're the one who died first. Losing to Arjuna of all people. I did. I won't deny it. Hey now, slow your roll there, people. You don't have to finish him off just yet, okay? The important thing is, he's hurt enough for us to get past him now. So come on, hurry. He's right, let's go. Everyone run as fast as you can. Oh, the wheel belonged to Krishna. Damn it! Get back here! I wonder how heavy the wheel is. Just so you guys know, since I'm Ganesha and all, I can actually run faster than you think. Way faster than an ordinary human. I don't even get tired that easily. But I do feel tired, and for a NEET like me, that is the worst thing of all.
There's no one else in the whole world who hates running as much as we do.
Complaining about it won't make it any easier. Just be quiet and keep running.
I only said that because I was hoping you'd take the hint and carry me.
I can't. I would be crushed under your weight. Perhaps that is owed to the weight of Ganesha's divine power.
Hey, I'm not that heavy.
By the way, why are you running away with us? I thought you were our enemy.
I have my reasons. Arjuna didn't see me as an enemy before now, so I was fine as long as I was just laying low. But since Nessa found me in the mountains, and especially now that I've helped all of you, I'm pretty sure he's decided that I don't have a place in this world. Basically, now I'm qualified to be collateral damage. Pepe, I'm still not sure what that means. Sorry, Mashi, but you really need to focus on moving those legs, not your mouth. We need to hurry, honey. If we don't get away in time, it's curtains for all of us. So, how far do we need to run? You're kidding me. You really don't even know that? Alright, fine. I'll just have to explain as we run. Arjuna there is about to destroy and remake everything in this lost belt. Dissolution and rebirth, destruction and reconstruction, cataclysm and genesis. As the last god of this world, all of that is within his capability. Huh? The reason he's taking so long to charge up is because he needs time to gather the ridiculous amount of energy he needs to pull that all off. And if any of us gets caught in the destruction and rebirth of this world, we'll end up disappearing completely. 100%, absolutely guaranteed. No recourse, no way out, nothing.
That's quite difficult to believe. But if that enormous massive energy were to keep growing at an accelerated rate, I suppose it's not impossible. But then, if that's true, what happened to the world after it's been recreated? What about the life forms?
I'll fill you in on that later. Right now, I'm just answering Misaki's question of how far we need to run. So now that you know, I'm sure you can figure out what you have to do to avoid a massive noble phantasm capable of destroying the entire world, right? You're the only ones with an evasive measure that can get around that. I'm counting on it to save my skin too. The border zero cell. Exactly. I'm glad you worked it out. Naturally, I figured that might be the case, so I've got the engine all warmed up and ready to go. Let's figure out where to rendezvous, and then we'll head there right now and come pick you guys up. I'll admit it's still risky, and I'm not sure what will happen if Arjuna becomes aware of the border too. But right now, it's the only hope we have.
Hold it. Just a damn minute. You want us to let a cryptor onto the border and let him experience a zero cell on top of that? Preposterous! Absolutely out of the question. I know we've had a cryptor on board before, but that was strictly as a prisoner, not to mention there were extenuating circumstances. Naturally, neither Da Vinci nor I have discounted the risks in this course of action. But right now, the most important thing by far is ensuring Misaki's safety. All other considerations are secondary at best. Besides,
we can punch him. Right, Gordy? You got your epic punch too?
just look at her. Once she makes up her mind to trust someone, there's nothing any of us can say to persuade her otherwise. Especially since she's the one out there doing all the heavy lifting. I thought we'd been over this already. At this point, I'm just a single powerless mage. I don't even have a servant anymore. I'd say that more than qualifies me as a prisoner, personally. A prisoner, huh? Do still regret how Kadox Zemlupus ended up getting away. If I look at this as another chance to gain some valuable information about the cryptors, maybe the reward is worth the risk? Alright, I'll make a special exception just this once. but he's to be kept under tight security at all times.
Thank you, Director Gordolf. I've got the border's rendezvous point coordinates. Let's get there as fast as we can, Master. Just gotta hang in there, just there a little longer. Come on, guys, let's run for it. Fo. We got this. Hopefully.
Sheesh. I finally got a chance to survive. All that's left now is one simple question. Will we make it in time?
I believe. We'll survive, no worries, Pepperoncino. Please stay with me, give me buffs forever. Western Fault Line. Are you okay, Master? We're almost there. Just hang in there a little long. On second thought, now that we've come this far, I doubt anything else will try to attack us. I'll carry you the rest of the way. You too, Foe. Foe! Thank you, Mash, for being buff. Are we at the rendezvous point yet?
Damn. Even with all this distance between us, the pressure from Arjuna is only growing stronger. I've never felt the air turn so stifling before. Not even when Ravana nicked my throat with his sword. Or Kumbhakarna, the giant's foot, was hovering above my head. This isn't normal. I'm not usually afraid of anything except losing Sita. But for some time now, I've been getting chills all the way down to my spirit organ.
I wonder, since Pepperoncino knows so much about this lost spell, and while hiding from Neza, he probably survived. Or he was probably remade through all the Yuga cycles, huh? Oof. Facing Arjuna's incineration, each time must have been a real experience, huh? Maybe that's why Pepperoncino's so OP.
Calculating expected arrival time based on our current speed and distance. Setting estimated limits based on current observation results. Putting those together, we get... Well, what is it, man? Why aren't you saying anything? Oi! The only parameter we can adjust now is our speed. We'll just have to hurry as best as we can. If you happen to install a secret acceleration system while you were working on the border, Captain, this is the moment to reveal it. I didn't have time for that. All I did was make sure all the existing systems were working. We should just be able to rendezvous in time if we use all our resources to go at top speed. The real problem is... I'll make as much headway on my end as I can. Please hurry, Da Vinci. It's done. Extracting unified divine power from all divinities. Condensing process complete. Using the 10th to control execution. Deployment preparation begin.
What was that?
This is...
This is it. We're done for. It's all over now. I can tell too. It couldn't have been more clear. Whatever that was, it's something we absolutely have to evade. I have my command spells for moments like these. Please, please hurry up, Da Vinci. Sorry for the wait. Come in, guys. The hatch is wide open. Everyone on board? Okay, shutting the hatch now. So, we made it?
Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Well, that wasn't so bad. You really had me going there, Holmes. Couldn't resist having a bit of fun with us in lieu of Watson's absence. Eh, old? We're not out of the woods yet. The real problem is readying the zero cell. What? It doesn't just happen automatically at the push of a button. I did everything I could to prepare in advance. But even if we skip some of the checklist, go with the bare minimum, and turn a blind eye to everything else, it won't work. Even if we perform the operations as fast as possible, it's still not enough. It's a difference of only 5 seconds, maybe even less, between the time we need and the time when Arjuna releases his noble phantasm. But those are 5 seconds we just don't have.
No. Hold it. Hold on just a damn minute. Which one of you just went outside in their spirit form? Karna?
That wave earlier. Now I see. I don't understand it, but I can sense it. It's true. This world is going to be destroyed, then remade. If we're caught in that, we will all disappear. We will disappear.
Karna? Is everyone gonna sacrifice himself here?
We can't let you be erased, Master. So I'm going to do what I must to ensure you survive.
Karna, you don't mean...
5 seconds. Leave it to me. By setting everything I have ablaze and becoming the very radiance of the sun, even this Arjuna will not be able to consume it all at once. For at least 5 seconds, I'll make sure he knows who I am.
But if you do that, yo... Come on, Karna. You can't do this. Be reasonable. I can't ask you to sacrifice yourself for my sake.
There is no other way. Get ready to set sail.
Holmes.
I'm working on it. It'll just be a bit longer. That's it. Any servant would do the same. This is what I want. You need not worry about me.
Karna.
Don't you dare let his sacrifice be in vain. Now sit down and buckle up. Shh. You didn't even talk to me before you left. You've got a lot of nerve going off on your own like that, Karna. You are truly the great hero of benefaction, a warrior among warriors. As they say nowadays, you live up to the hype and then some. I'll take care of things from here. You give him hell. Thank you. Entering final phase of emergency dive preparations. Initiating countdown. How much time do we have until the attack hits us? So little that I'd rather not spend it answering that question.
Wait, you can't. This isn't... Ganesha, I got Karna in my Chaldea, so if you come home, you can see him.
Arjuna, this may go without saying, but there are a few things I want more than to run you through. I could even take advantage of this briefest of opportunities to try and do so now. But at this moment, I am a servant sworn to protect my master. I am not here to meekly accept this outcome, nor resign myself to my fate. I am here to stand before you with pride, so that you may ignore me with disdain. So today, I will not be taking out my spear. Instead,
Transformation.
God has set his gaze downward. These defects are necessary, and therefore evil. Begone, evil. You have no place in the new Yuga, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the God who ends all things. I will cut off the world from the rift in the world, made by the blade. Clear purification will burst forth. Terminus and Genesis will cycle anew. Sword of Dissolution, let your blade fall. Mahapralaya.
Uh-oh.
Behold, these are the shining armor and earring given to me by Surya, god of the sun. But know this, once I transform myself into the life's radiance, this gold will no longer be my armor. It will merely be a sign that I am burning bright as the sun, here where you can see it.
Please protect us, Karna, please. Arjuna is scary when he uses his noble phantasm.
Kavacha and Kundara.
Golden armor. Oh, that is barely protecting the shadow border. Oof.
He activated his defensive noble phantasm, but even with its protection.
Karna!
It's alright. I don't know how I know you, but I know you well. And though I can't explain it, I have every confidence that we will one day meet again.
Let me summon you, Ganesha, then you can meet him again for sure. He's in my Chaldea.
So don't be sad. And please, take care of Master for me.
Aw, he's telling her to protect me. That means she's gonna let me summon her. I love Ganesha.
There, Shadow Border. Untether from reality. Void space dive. Zero cell unfurl.
Bye, Karna. But now that he's told Ganesha to protect me, heh heh heh,
Heh heh heh.
Ooh, that one allows story locked servants. Ganesha, you tempting, cause last time I got my Osaka Behime from my ticket. I forced her to come home. If Ganesha doesn't come home by then, I might just choose her. The relic called falsehood. Boop. Pepperoncino, please let me keep you forever too. I'll summon you, Pepperoncino. Be my prisoner. I think this lost belt's the prettiest. Pepperoncino's my favorite crypter as of right now. And Ganesha is great. Are we still alive? Did we make it?
Good grief. Talk about escaping by the skin of one's teeth. We may have paid a heavy price, but at least we managed to protect what we absolutely needed to.
Karna. And even though all my allies are dying first thing, right now this might be my favorite lost belt because of everything that Or a lot of stuff I like are in here. My boy. And the others. Even wearing nigh indestructible armor, imbued with the sun god's power. There's only so much one can do when the very world crumbles away. Truth be told, I'm impressed he lasted as long as he did. That was a feat akin to holding back all the waters of the ocean, or catching a falling star with one's bare hands. There are few heroes in all of history who could have withstood a cataclysm like that, even just for a few seconds. For us, those few seconds were truly the difference between life and death. Karna, hero of benefaction, I salute your strength and devotion. You have my eternal thanks. First Neza, now Karna. We barely just gotten here, and we already lost 2 of our servants. As cold-hearted as this may sound, we can't move on if we keep our focus on the past. Let's go over what we've gained as well. Yes, I know, you're right. Go ahead, Holmes.
That wave of light we observed just before we dive contained a truly unbelievable amount of magical energy. More than enough to convince me it was capable of destroying this entire lost belt. If I hadn't already seen it with my own eyes. No one here should ever be able to wield power of that scale. But given that he clearly can, there must be a reason for that. We've even heard a few hints towards his nature already. The final god, every Indian divinity rolled into one.
The wind is cold there? Wow, imagine having cold wind. The weather here is still summer weather. It's basically only like 2 seasons. Hot and slightly less hot. Actually, no, 3. Hot, slightly less hot, and storm, 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 where it's still hot but stormy, and then all the trees fall down, the internet goes poof, and there's flooding, and it's sadness.
So now, I think we'd best hear more about him from someone I believe is uniquely qualified to answer. Let me come right to the point. What is he?
Okay, now seems like as good as a time for a bit of chat. A bit of a chat. Plus, now that you've shown me what the reverse side of the world looks like, it's only fair that I reciprocate. Yeah, reciprocate. No? It's been shifting between 40 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit over the past week or so there? Yo, that's kind of cool. Over here, like during the daytime, it's been in the high 80s to like early 90s, and it's been raining too. But of course, it's hot rain because imagine it's still like 90 degrees with rain. It's just uncomfortably humid.
The rift between worlds, the inside of nothingness, the gap between heaven and earth, the space outside the universe. Here, where a single moment spans an eternity, only he, and the few beings he acknowledges are able to exist. Storage records. Organization complete. Commencing reconstruction.
Limbo, what are you doing here?
Delightful. What a delightful way of molding the world as you see fit. I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching it. It's so unilateral, so transcendent, and above all, so violently correct. Ah, what a blessing it is to witness it so closely.
If you say so, personally, I think it's just plain boring. He even had the perfect chance to get rid of the Chaldea clowns, and he let them get away. What was he thinking? Ah, so that's the monk she mentioned.
Unnecessary. Defects deleted. Continuing logic absorption. And conceptual repairs. Oh, my. You really should You really should be more careful. You're lucky he seems not to have heard you this time. If he decides we're defectives and unnecessary too, he won't be able to escape. We won't be able to escape the recreation process either. He's a god after all. He gets to make those sort of judgments. Right now, the Chaldeans are little more than pests to be cleaned up, along with the rest of the trash. If he did decide that Misaki and her little gang were truly unnecessary, he would send one of his Lokapala to handle them. It is not our place to say anything, let alone do so impertinently. No, all we need to do is stand back and merely spectate as he recreates this world into his own perfect little sandcastle. It may be wrong to draw plans and create molds when it comes to making sandcastles, but as I say, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Why doesn't anyone else try their hand at it? The more we repeat the process, the closer we'll get to making the perfect plans and mold. At the rate we're going now, why, I expect it won't be long until all before we get there. Yeah, I expect it won't be all that long at all before we get there. Yes, I suppose the sand we're using may get worn and tattered, the more we destroy and rebuild. But that is a small price to pay to bring such a grand project to its completion, don't you think? So of course, we will keep going. Hehehe.
The foreign god's disciples consist of 3 alter egos. But this monk is one to be especially wary of. Part of it is that he's very much rotten to the core. But it also couldn't be more obvious that in the end, he's going to cast out the few inhibitions he has, wreck everything in his path, and move on to do it all over again somewhere else. Then was the redacted person he was talking to or talking about in Shimosa this foreign god? Was he mentioning her by name? What's with that look? Are you saying I only dislike him because he reminds me of myself? I'm a patient woman, but even I can only take being lumped in with something like that for so long. Why don't you open your mouth and actually say something for once? Or is your job really just observing and nothing else? Well, I guess you didn't mean to say anything else there. I guess you didn't need to say anything there. Your actions couldn't have said, I can already see where this is going louder than if you brought a megaphone. Alright, I'll just make do with modest gains in this lost belt and focus on finding out what that monk is up to. After all, I certainly don't want him getting in the way of my own future plans.
Final value allotments confirmed. Entering, executing.
Oh, pretty.
Thus, the world is reborn. Its cycle begins anew.
Time to start all over again. But no worries, I'm used to this. I've been to Lulu Hawa. XXXXX Yuga cycle Inception.
So, I'm sure you've all at least figured out this much, but that Arjuna is the core of this Indian lost belt. He's the reason this world became part of the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Let's see, to tie it to Holmesy's earlier question. Oh, Holmesy? This world was pruned away because in it, he gained the power you've just witnessed.
What happened exactly?
Just so you know, this is almost all speculation on my part, okay? There's no one around who can prove what really happened. Anyway, I don't know exactly when he
when he got all that power, or when this world became estranged from proper human history. All I know is that it was a long time ago, but I can make an educated guess. It was probably during the Mahabharata. Something happened right around when the war it depicts came to an end, something that led Arjuna acquiring every divinity in India. Right, he mentioned that earlier. Then it's really true?
It would certainly make a kind of paradoxical sense, given what we've seen thus far. A feat as extraordinary as you're making the entire world simply wouldn't be possible without an equally extraordinary background. But that still doesn't explain how it happened.
This is also just speculation, but I think he probably acquired the divinities in phases. In the most plausible explanation I can think of, he probably started by acquiring Vishnu's power. Since his closest friend, Krishna, was one of Vishnu's avatars. What's more, Krishna was said to have one of the strongest connections to Vishnu of all his avatars. Not that I'm saying you're weak, of course, Rami.
I am perfectly able to understand the point you are making. Never mind the implications. Just keep going.
You've got it, hun. You've got it, hun. So if Arjuna somehow got Vishnu's divinity from Krishna, peacefully or otherwise, it stands to reason that it could have laid the groundwork to do the same with the other divinities. Vishnu is one of the most powerful gods in all of Indian mythology, after all. I expect he went around hungrily unifying all the other Indian gods in this lost belt, one by one after that. Indra, even Shiva, and Brahma were no exception. So once he absorbed all their divinities, he became what he is now. An Arjuna with divine power over death and creation, ruler of this lost belt and capable of destroying and rebuilding everything alike. No, you can't even call him Arjuna anymore. He may have started as Arjuna, but he's something else altogether now. That's why he no longer has a shred of the heroic Arjuna's personality. You saw that for yourselves, didn't you? Yeah, we did. Yeah, he is nothing like the Arjuna we know. Yeah, we did. I mean, I don't know the other Arjuna too well. I mean, he was with Karna in America, but otherwise, I don't really know that Arjuna, so I must say, yeah, we did. Yes, he seemed disconnected, mechanical. I'm not sure how to best describe it, but it did seem very clear that we won't be able to reason with him.
Technically, this would not be the first such entity we've met. If you'll think back to Scandinavia, Sitonai was an amalgamation of 3 divine spirits. But Arjuna would seem to be on another scale altogether. So much so, it's hard to believe they're in the same category. At this point, it's all too plausible to accept that he is neither human nor servant, but an entirely new divine, conceptual being. Truth be told, I'm surprised he's even able to maintain his form. Alright, so now we know what his deal is. Now, what about you? What's your game here, Cryptor?
Me? Why, isn't it obvious?
The only thing that's obvious about you is that your face practically screams, "Don't trust me!"
Well, I never. I'll have you know I was just trying to keep my embarrassment from showing. But alright, if you need me to explain, I can do that. After becoming a cryptor, I summoned Ashvataman to be my servant. After I was assigned this Indian lost belt, the first thing I did was make contact with its king, Arjuna. Once I learned he was basically a god, I spent my first few months here trying to control him as much as I could.
But after that foreign god disciple showed up, Arjuna suddenly started behaving strangely. I guess the disciple must have managed to sway him over to his side.
Who is this foreign god disciple? Can you tell us more about what this disciple is like?
He's a young man who always wears some sort of Japanese outfit. He calls himself a monk, but he's clearly a failed onmyoji.
A monk? An onmyoji? A monk is the more curious part to me.
He's very handsome, but he's also thoroughly twisted and just rotten to the core. Definitely not my type. If I'd approached him, the odds are better than even that one of us would have ended up dead.
Oh, Pepperoncino, he's not your type? Well, I do want to summon him, so he's technically my type, but I still like you too, Pepperoncino.
And we couldn't have that, right? Seeing how we're both technically on the foreign god side and all. So I always made sure to keep my distance from him. I never even got a chance to find out his true name.
As far as we know, he isn't Koenskaya, and it sounds like he's not Father Kotomine, Rasputin either. Oof. Does that mean they had a bunch of chariots? Just spare chariots? Or did he have to just rebuild the same one over and over? Oh, teehee. I'm fond of Koenskaya. She may be evil, but she's a pure sort of evil. You know how she can cross between lost belts as she pleases, right? So I see her every now and then. But I haven't gotten a read on her. It's like she doesn't respect the foreign god despite being an alter ego. But anyway, Koenskaya doesn't have anything to do with Arjuna. Basically, thanks to the other alter ego, the male disciple, Arjuna started taking a much heavier hand to his world than he ever had before. After that, it sounds like he needed more pawns for running errands and such. So he went and took my contract with Ashvataman, all because he just happened to be close by. And just like that, Ashvataman was his, and there was nothing I could do. Oof, Pepperoncino, your boy was stolen from you just like that, huh? Ouch. Big ouch.
A lot of good being a crypter did me, right? At that point, all I could do was laugh at how absurd it all was. What? He just took your contract from you? Thinking back on it now, I shouldn't be surprised, considering just how powerful a god he is. I just didn't really get how powerful until he was using that power on me. Then, to top that all off, he went and summoned a few more servants all on his own. I don't know if he figured out how by studying Ashvataman, or if the disciple told him, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I bet the disciple told him, because that's the kind of thing that happened inside of Shimosa.
The point is, once he had more servants on his side, I knew I had zero chance of taking Ashvataman back.
I got the impression that Ashvataman used to be your servant based on our earlier conversation. What I really want to know is, what happened after that?
After that, I ran away as fast as my legs could carry me, of course. I didn't want to die for nothing after all. That's really all it comes down to with me. But don't you cryptors have a duty to grow your lost belts? Isn't that how you're supposed to determine which one is truly worthy to roll? Well, sure, but with this India, or rather, with Arjuna there, that's just not going to happen. Honestly, I knew it was pointless as soon as I got here. Easy to see this world is a dead end, and nothing I can do about that. So I gave up on my responsibilities to grow this world's tree of emptiness. I mean, who cares who the king of the world is, as long as you're alive to see it?
Pepperoncino? Good logic. Krishtaria's probably already figured out that my lost belt's a lost cause. In David's case, I'm not sure. I wish he would show at least a little interest in it, but oh well. Oh, that reminds me. I heard you had a run-in with Kadok, Ophelia, and Akuta. Well, if you're not going to make this personal, I won't either. Besides, I can't go around avenging my comrades or talking about Cryptor's pride with things as they are right now, can I? Sorry about Ophelia.
Humph. So you're refusing to comment on the Cryptors, is that it? And as long as we don't bring up the Cryptors ourselves, you won't oppose us as one. Is that what you're saying?
Take it however you like. But just knowing that Misaki spared Kadok and buried Ophelia, well, that's more than enough reason for me to want to avoid fighting her if I can. I didn't! I wasn't the one who killed Ophelia! Pepperoncino, did you think I murdered her?
I noticed you didn't mention Akuta Hinako there. What about her?
Oh, Akuta's a special case. I mean, she wasn't even human, right? She was never on anyone's side but her own to begin with, so I don't see any reason to avenge her.
You knew Akuta Hinako was a true ancestor?
Akuta did a good job keeping her cards close to her chest, but I've always had a good nose for that sort of thing. I knew the instant I arrived at Chaldea that she wasn't actually human. What did you mean when you said that the world's a dead end? Yeah. Oh yes, that's the last thing I need to tell you about. Arjuna uses his power to destroy and recreate the world over and over, cycling it through periods called yugas. I'll spare you the details for now, but while they're similar in some ways to India's original conception of yugas, they ultimately diverge pretty wildly. We have a couple of problems. First, he's gradually going through the yugas faster and faster. Then there's one of the things he does as he completes each cycle.
Something he does when he remakes heaven and earth in between yuga cycles. We have already been informed about something along those lines, namely the judgment Asha told us about. I can infer what the judgment entails thanks to her telling us it involves everyone dying and coming back to life. But of course, now is not the time for speculation.
Aw, why not? I'd love to get to see you speculating in person, Holmes.
Hard as it may be to believe coming from me, I have no intention of interrupting someone else's explanation of a thorny riddle with my own half-baked theories.
Well, if you already know that much, it would probably be faster to see it for yourselves than anyway. Hi, it's me, Da Vinci, the beautiful genius who's been forced to keep her mouth shut and listen despite being just itching to jump into all this fascinating discussion. Our reality space observation results have finally stabilized, so we can emerge from our zero cell now. The longer we stay submerged, the more chance we have of something going wrong, so while I hate to cut Pepperoncino's explanation off, I really think we should head back to the reality space now, especially for her own. What do you say, Gordy?
Alright, then go ahead. But I want our security to remain airtight, and make damn sure we resurface inside the Lost Belt, got it?
Got it. Will it be safe for us to go back outside after we emerge? Oh sure, the rules about the Yuga cycle are 100% absolute, so I can promise you Arjuna won't try anything now that we've just started a new one. Though, when it comes to other dangers, I can't make any guarantees. I mean, I just don't know, you know? I like that stinker expression Pepperoncino's making. That's the kind of face I like to make too when I steal someone's snack in the fridge. We can't let the mere possibility of danger hold us back. We may not be able to do anything about the cataclysm yet.
But we'll just have to assume we'll be able to handle any other threats we run into. Neza and Karna may be gone now, but you still have Mash, myself, and Ganesha the Divine Spirit.
Yeah, I guess so. Are you alright? Sorry for being so down in the dumps. I'm okay now. I promise. I know I still have my Ganesha duties to fulfill. And besides, did you hear what Karna said? He asked me to take care of you for him. Can you believe that? A super great hero like Karna asking a loser like me for help? How does that work? Still, I don't think he'd have said that if he hadn't needed my help. So, that must mean he thought I was up for it. That he trusted me as a fellow servant. So I figure, I may be a loser, but I can still do my losery best. If Karna's gonna put his trust in me, I might as well see if he saw something I didn't. Just don't expect me to be much help. Okay, I won't. Glad to have you with us. I'll come along and help too, of course. Besides, it's easier to explain things when you're seeing them in person. Pepperoncino? Yes, come with me. And give me all your buffs, please.
Is that alright with you, Misaki and Mash?
Hell yeah, Pepperoncino! Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pepe.
Hold it. What do you think you're doing, Pepperoncino? Have you forgotten you're a prisoner?
Gordolf. Yeah, I'm his prison warden. I gotta watch over him.
Huh? But the border won't be leaving this last spell until Misaki finishes what she came here to do, right? So how could I possibly get away on my own? Besides, helping all of you is the surest way to help me survive too. Not to mention that Mashi just looks so adorable after all this time. That I can't help but want to support her anyway, you know?
I see. Thank you.
Of course, if you insist on keeping me in here, well, I can't blame you for that, but are you sure it's a good idea? A good idea? Don't be preposterous. Of course I'm sure it's... No, wait. Hang on. What if... Oh my, he's gone so pale. Scared of keeping an unknown element like me here in the heart of their operations? God, he's so easy to read. I could have Holmes and Captain restrain him, but what if he's planted a bomb inside his body? There's something frightening about him that reminds me of a mercenary. He may have said he only wants to survive, but he's obviously not the least bit frightened about dying. I could easily see him blowing himself up and taking us all out with him. So then, the safest option would be... Oh right, I suppose it would be the humane thing to do. Very well then, just this once, I grant you special permission to accompany Misaki. But be warned, this permission is contingent to you obeying every order we give you. Without question, refuse, and I won't hesitate to take whatever measures I deem necessary. Is that clear? Okay, that's fair. If I die, die. Works for me.
Okay then, let's get going. Pepperoncino, not if you die, you die. No, no. You're the greatest, though. Nothing bad can happen to you. Shadow border preparing to emerge. Everyone hold on tight. As soon as we're safely back to reality space, let's go see what this newly remade world is like. Delicious Saint Quartz. Return of Paradise, the shape of evil to be cut off. Okay, I'm gonna go right up. I'll pop my head up. And while it loads up, water. Yummy, yummy water. clock is ticking. I experienced the Kali Yuga ending several times after Ashvataman was taken from me. I felt the light of creation wrapping me in a tight embrace, just as powerless to do anything as the people absorbed in their worthless prayers. As long as the god of this world doesn't consider you defective, at least there's no pain, you don't feel it. The light just keeps getting brighter, blinding you and even numbing you to the passage of time. The next thing you know, you're right back where you started, only everything around you's been changed. I don't know what the locals make of that experience, but it was awful enough to almost make me vomit. I'd rather stick my head inside a festering dead body, or kiss a pile of excrement from a prison cell without plumbing. Those options may be revolting, but at least I wouldn't have to be so frightened. So while I hate to admit it, when that light finally subsided and I found myself standing there, I would be relieved that I had avoided being taken away. But it was never long after that my relief turned into worry, to the point I could barely think straight. Maybe I just got lucky this time. What about the next time? Or the time after that? So in retrospect, it was inevitable that I would take action like this sooner or later. This time, I managed to avoid the light by escaping to the reverse side of the world, so I thought I might feel differently now. But surprisingly, nothing changed. Upon laying eyes on the new world of the cycle, I felt the same things as always, loathing and discomfort. To use more contemporary slang, I just can't even with this world. I like that. I just can't even with this world. I guess it's God bothers me even more than I expected. In many ways, it's a perfect world. And yet, it's also just unbearable. Ooh, it's pretty again. It's so pretty. Where are we now? Oh! The air smells sweet. There's water and flowers everywhere you look. And there's a calm and gentle breeze. What is this place? Wanna know what the most surprising part is? You're standing in almost the same spot that we zero-celled from. Our location didn't change, the rest of the world did.
Thankfully, there are no hostels in the immediate area. Let's begin by paying another visit to the town of Bichu.
Is something wrong, Pepe? You look kind of angry.
What's that? You're jealous of how soft and smooth my skin is? Why, it's all in the upkeep, hun.
Spill the beauty routine, Pepperoncino.
Unlike Miss Never-Changing Akuta, I actually have to work to make sure I look this good. Go on, feel how supple my cheeks are for yourself. They're my pride and joy, you know.
I want to feel your cheeks, my dude. There, I'm just squishing them. Squish, 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 squish. That's okay.
Oh, silly, there's no need to be shy. But anywho, going to visit that town next sounds just dandy. The topography and plant life changes that come with the new Yuga are all just surface level details. The thing that changed the most after what Arjuna did will have been the people.
Okay, let's go check out the town.
Understood. But make sure to keep the border's location in mind at all times from now on, Misaki. I don't want us to ever have to run for our lives like that again, if we can help it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again either. What in the... Foe. Wow, there's not a single brick out of place now. In fact, this is exactly what the town looked like when I first came to this world. I can't believe it. It's like the collie never attacked at all. What in the world is going on? Then there's the people going about their lives here. They all look happy now. They're practically beaming.
Great, look who it is.
Oh, it's the mayor.
Goodness, you're all okay. This is wonderful news, just wonderful. This truly must be the God's will. All is right with the world once again. Oh no, that isn't quite right, is it? First, I owe you all an apology. No matter how dire the circumstances were at the time, I should never have spoken to you like that. I know it won't be enough to truly make amends, but I'll be including all of you in my prayers from now on. I only ask that you please not hold what I said against the people of this lovely town.
What? Yesterday he wanted to run us out of town, and now he's all happy to see us? Fo. Even Fo's nuzzling up to him. He really is sorry. He's not just saying it. Even Fo's nuzzling up to him.
Didn't you say we were godless heretics you wanted nothing to do with? Don't be ridiculous. The fact that you're here now is proof that you've overcame the last Yuga's difficulties with us. That makes you all one of us now. You're our friends, our family. And not only that, today is the blessed first day of Kurita Yuga, the Yuga of Peace. Are you hungry? If you'd like, you're welcome to come and eat with me at my mansion.
Yes, please, sir. Please, Prakash, I want some food. Tonight's dinner is chicken adobo.
Or would you prefer some fine ornaments for the young ladies? We also have plenty of beautiful flowers.
That's very kind of you, but we're okay. But I want dinner and flowers. We kind of wanted to explore the town, so... Man, I want to accept his offer, but we're okay, I guess. Yes, I'm afraid we have some pressing business we need to take care of. I appreciate the offer, but we really should be on our way.
I see. Well, that's a pity. I was hoping to introduce you to the rest of the townspeople. Oh, by the way, that mansion over there is my house. I'm afraid it ended up being that big on account of my being mayor. It's very embarrassing living somewhere that as ostentatious as that, but it is now without meaning. Please feel free to come visit whenever you have the time. You'll always be welcome in my home. Good day then.
Aw, thank you, sir. Maybe it would have been good if he introduced us, though. What the heck? I've never seen someone go from jerkwad to sweetheart in no time flat like that. He seemed elated.
It's probably because Kurita Yuga's the Yuga of happiness, tends to make most of the locals friendly and kind-hearted. No, of course, I'm pretty sure there are exceptions. Shh, you guys again.
Oh, Master, it's Ajay. He doesn't seem any different now than he did before. I'm not judging either way. I'm just surprised how simply hearing him click his tongue again has made me feel so relieved. And then there's... it's you guys. This is such a surprise. So you made it to the new Yuga, huh? That's great. Yes, it wasn't easy, but we did make it. I'm glad to see you're okay too, Asha. I sure am. I prayed extra hard, so I didn't get hurt at all. I see. That's wonderful. Oh, but speaking of hurt, is your dog, Vihan, okay? He hurt his leg before the Kali Yuga, right? I don't see him with you. Huh? Who's Vihan? No! Vihan didn't make it! No! Vihan? Not Vihan! Aww. Aww. I liked Vihan. Oh, sadness. Vihan! Vihan! Vihan, doko? Where you at, Vihan? Oh.
Alright, it should be safe to discuss this now that we've come this far. What is the meaning of this? This world runs in the Yuga cycle, but needless to say, these aren't proper Yugas. A real Kurita Yuga, or Satya Yuga, depending on who you ask, is supposed to last for 4,800 years. Then the Treta Yuga is supposed to last for 3,600 years. And the Dvapara Yuga for 2,400. And the Kali Yuga for 1,200. And on top of that, these are in God years, where each one is equivalent to 360 human years. Suffice to say, we're talking about a really long cycle. Whereas in this world, it would seem only the ratios have been preserved, given that each yuga is apparently 4, 3, 2, and 1 day long respectively. That's right, but the people I've talked to here said things weren't always like this. It used to be that the yuga cycle lasted for hundreds of years, maybe even longer. So this is what the world was like, immediately after it was pruned away and became a lost belt? Right, I'm sure the period where the Kali would show up had to have been proportionally longer back then. But I'd also bet they showed up much less frequently than they do now. Otherwise, the people here would have gone extinct long ago. But over time, the cycle got shorter and shorter, and now it only lasts 10 days. I have to think the drastically shortened cycle is why there are so many more Kali now. They used to only be let out a bit at a time, but now the floodgates have been opened, so to speak.
Why did Arjuna shorten the Yuga cycle so much?
Part of it is thanks to that disciple pouring poison in his ear, like I said earlier. And part of it is that the Tree of Emptiness has given him power he didn't have before that lets him do so. Yes, I know that only addresses the how, and not the why. I'm getting to that. I think the reason he sped things up so much is to reach whatever end he has in mind, for all this that much faster. In short, it looks like he's in a rush to create his perfect world.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, now I finally feel like I can answer the question that's been plaguing all of you. What exactly happened earlier? The answer is that it's something unique Arjuna does, something that isn't meant to happen in a normal yuga. Whenever one of these shortened yuga cycles comes to an end, he purges everything he considers defective and unnecessary from this world. He believes that by repeating the process over and over, he'll eventually arrive at the perfect world, devoid of anything that it shouldn't have, or, as he thinks of it, evil.
Hey, Vihan wasn't evil. Vihan was a good boy. The bestest boy. Damn, that's one hell of a destination.
I see. So this purging must include living things, not just inanimate objects.
Right.
And as far as I can tell, when a living thing is purged, it's like it never even existed. So that's what happened to the poor dog that couldn't run after breaking its leg.
I can't believe it. Asha loved that dog more than anything. And now, she doesn't even remember him. Yeah, that's harsh.
It happens to anyone who's unlucky enough to be killed by a Kali too. That's a sort of disqualifying offense. Same goes for people who end up as social pariahs, or if Arjuna himself ends up judging you to be flawed. When the next yuga rolls around, they just cease to exist. It might sound contradictory, but I think Arjuna adjusts for things like that whenever he remakes the world. I see. That would explain how continuity and discontinuity can exist simultaneously in a new yuga. For example, Asha may have completely forgotten her beloved dog, but she still remembered all of you. But how does such a thing even work? I'm not entirely sure myself, but I can tell you what that blabbermouthed disciple of the foreign god said. He said Arjuna collects every bit of data that makes up the world whenever he blows it away, kind of like a snapshot. Then, when it's time to begin a new Kurita Yuga, he uses that data, let's call it Snapshot A, to reassemble the world. As he puts everything back together, he removes all the elements he deemed defective and unnecessary. And in the end, he has a new world based on the Snapshot A, by reflecting the changes he's made.
Oh, I get it. He's a cheater. He's basically hacking his save data, changing the parameters to suit his preferences before reloading it. Cheaters. The scum of gamers everywhere. Don't they know hacking saves takes all the fun out of it? I can't say anything because sometimes I do add mods to games. That's basically what Arjuna's doing. He's just modding his last save file. Which is understandable.
He's not doing this to have fun. All he cares about is making what he considers to be a perfect world. A world consisting only of what is truly necessary, with nothing wasted or evil to be found.
Aha. Now I know what genre he's playing too. He's into 4X games. What's 4X? What are 4X games? Yeah, what are those? A 4X game is a simulation where the player just sets the initial parameters and then the world sort of plays out from there. So kind of like The Sims? And if you're a cheater, if something happens in your sim that you don't like, say if an enemy nation takes you by surprise and invades you, you save your game, hack your data, and reload it, and reload. And it's like the enemy nation that was bothering you never existed. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here, right? Arjuna's just doing that over and over until he wins, right? I swear, what's the point of even playing if you're just gonna cheat to win? Death to cheaters, that's what I say. Now I get what's going on, I think. I guess some people just care about the destination, not the journey. Now I get what's going on, I think. I can't say anything bad about that because I do that sometimes in games. If I don't like what's going on, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Reroll. Video game analogies aside. If that's true, it sounds like Arjuna isn't remaking the world from scratch every time he resets the cycle then. Instead, he's basically treating the world like a model, adding new parts and removing old ones.
Then it would stand to reason that, strictly speaking, the people here may not be dying and being brought back to life.
Yeah, it seems more likely that everything down to their souls is being saved as data. And that their memories are being modified when they're put back to the new world. And if that's the case, we're talking about a much smaller scale feat than creating the entire universe from nothing. It's still a big freaking deal, don't get me wrong. But if Arjuna's got every Indian divinity and support from the Tree of Emptiness, it's theoretically possible.
I'm beginning to see the larger picture. There is something about this lost belt that is almost reminiscent of a singularity. The Russian, Scandinavian, and Chinese lost belts we've seen so far were all the result of a world where some definitive event happened in their respective past to dramatically change the course of history. But this Indian lost belt is still in the middle of its definitive event. Here, its king is continually trying to evolve this world by regularly recreating it with parameters that would be unthinkable in proper human history. While he is yet to reach his goal of a perfect world, of a perfected world, I suspect the reason this world was pruned is that the very act of trying to change it in such a manner was considered a mistake. Ahem. What is it, Director Gordolf? If you have any questions, please go right ahead. Do you ever shut up? I don't mind you explaining things, but I insist you do so concisely in a report I can read at my leisure. You just gave me flashbacks to one of my teachers in my clock tower days who lectured me for what felt like days on end. Who cares if the people here are technically dying or not when the world is remade? The part that actually matters is that we will die if we get caught in that. I suppose you do have a point. Of course I do. Now then, I say we pivot this discussion to more practical matters, namely, how do we stay safe, and what is our next course of action? You there, Peperoncino. It's only by my good graces that you're running around outside instead of being confined in the border under lock and key. Now repay the favor by telling us something we can use, damn it! Something you can use, Well, I guess I can think of one thing. Pulling off a feat that massive takes a lot out of Arjuna, so he isn't able to move around much. And I don't just mean that long stretch of time at the end of Kali Yuga when he charges at the noble phantasm. I'm pretty sure that, unlike most servants, he doesn't do much of anything the rest of the time either. I guess he just doesn't have access to the energy he would need to do more than ride that Vimana of his. I think that's how he spends most of his time, just riding around the Tree of Emptiness on his Vimana. Of course, he might look like he's spacing out up there, but I'm sure he's actually keeping a close eye out for the next bit of evil to purge. It's probably got something to do with containing so many powerful divinities within himself. It would also explain why he seems so devoid of personality. But then, isn't that exactly why he would need other servants to handle other things for him? Ashwataman did say something about that, didn't he? Being yoinked. Yeah, he did. I think he called himself a Lokapala? Lokapala. In original Indian mythology, Lokapala were said to protect the world. They were the guardians of all directions. Though I don't know what that could mean. We know who their Neza is now. But who are those other two servants? I'm afraid I don't know. I was already on the outs with Arjuna when he got around to summoning them. By that time, he just considered me an outsider he didn't need to worry about. Though since I'm Ashwataman's former master, he did tell his servants to eliminate me if they happen to see me. Suffice to say, I have no idea what their true names are, though I get the feeling they're an archer and a caster. I think I could make an educated guess, but there's no point in speculation at this point. We need solid info. Well, this seems like a good time to tell you that those servants are not the only enemies we face here. They're also the sacred beasts, the mystical creatures the people here referred to as the agents of God. Oh, those? The primitive guardian beasts Arjuna made to counteract the Kali. They manifest naturally. And since there are almost no Kali during the peaceful Krita Yuga, the beasts are supposed to just wander around like normal animals. Holmes, what did you mean by this seems like a good time? Supposed to? Supposed to? Oh my! You're a better listener than what I took you for. Attentiveness is a wonderful quality, you know. Sacred beasts. I guess that means Arjuna really doesn't want us here then. So of course, they'll attack us on sight now, just like the Kali. You said these beasts wander around, just like ordinary animals, yes? Then we clearly can't let our guard down just because it's Krita Yuga now. Still, I don't know if it's sunshine or what, but my body feels lighter now. This shouldn't take long. Yeah, I'll show you guys how well I can hold my own in a fight.
Or at least, I hope I'll be able to. Ooh, that means we don't have debuffs. I guess the debuffs come along with the Yuga cycle, maybe? Unless Rama just feels pumped because he's motivated. Or maybe Pepper and Chino's buffs are just that good. No debuff! Oh, never mind. There's still a debuff, but we have a buff too. Debuff and buff. I forgot to put my girl back in. Oops. Well, my bad. That is a my bad thing. Oof. Oof, I meant to put in, you know. Oh well. Sorry, Musashi, I'll put you in next time. I forgot. I forgot. Oof. Wow, they don't like Marjuna at all. Yo, that hurts. What you have against my boy? Is it because he's so beautiful? You jelly? You're just jelly, he's a beautiful boy. I mean, understandable. Nice. Okay, there's 3 of them. Good thing I have Arjuna ready for this. Yes, wonderful. Lovely. All Arjuna. Ooh, nice. Thank you, Arjuna. Yay. Okay, no battle. Okay, now that we've gone over how things generally work in this Lost Belt, what do you think of it? It's beautiful here. There's a lot of characters that I like here. R.I.P. Vihan. Arjuna's Noble Phantasm scary. I don't think it's right. I don't like it. I mean, I don't think it's right, but it is very pretty here. I can't deny that. Me neither. Asha and Vihan looked to me like they were the best of friends. They were like family. And I'm positive that had nothing to do with how well Vihan could or couldn't run. It didn't matter how well he could hunt or stand guard either. As far as Asha was concerned, she just loved him and wanted him to stay by her side. Oh. So if the god of this world just erased the relationship for his own reasons, what happens to all the love she had for him? All the happiness she felt when they were together? It would be funny if Arjuna gave her a cat this time. Where does it go? You said it. Fofo. Amazing. The same girl who used to resemble nothing so much as a living doll, expounding on love. Oh, this is just precious. I think I'm going to cry. Although, I wonder what Bear would say if he saw this new mash. I feel fear of Barrel. Actually, no, I gotta get buffed so I can punch Barrel. Barrel in his gut. Heh heh heh.
Allow me to offer some criticism of this world from a different perspective. I'm sure it's been some time since a calendar meant anything in this world, but for the purposes of our discussion, let's say the year here is 2021. As I'm sure you're aware from visiting a nearby town, civilization here has not yet advanced anything like as far as in proper human history. That is not to say I only value post-industrial age advances, or that I have no appreciation for life lived in harmony with nature. I assure you, neither is true. I'm merely saying that civilization as a whole has clearly not progressed here when compared to proper human history. That aspect alone is enough for me to declare this world a far cry from anything approaching the ideal. The march of civilization has stalled here, just like in the Chinese Lost Belt, albeit for very different reasons.
And it hardly needs saying that I don't like the way this god does things either. Cheaters get permabanned, that's what I say. On another note, is everything okay, Rama? Something on your mind?
I just realized something. Arjuna has obtained every Indian divinity in this Lost Belt's history, right? Then that would mean Sita is one of them.
Yes, technically Arjuna is your waifu. Really?
Just as I am an avatar of Vishnu, Sita is an avatar of Vishnu's consort, Lakshmi. Of course, that doesn't mean they are one and the same, but they're clearly close enough, so then, what should I do? What else? I have to save her. That is who I am. It is my very reason for existing. So love is your main motivator for defeating Arjuna. Well, that's just beautiful.
What do you think of Arjuna, Pepe?
Me? It's just like I said. I thought he and this world were a dead end the moment I met him. Can't get much further from my type than this version of Arjuna. He might be a pretty face, but that soul of his is ugly as sin. Oof.
Master, there may not be any need for me to say this, but please let me say it again anyway. Pepe is a good person. I believe we can trust him, and I think we should work together with him on this. I trust Pepe, I like him, and if he betrays me, then oof, depending on how he betrays me, I might still like him. I think so too. Looks like we're both on the same page, Mash. I think so too, I like Pepe. Aw, that's so sweet. Thanks, you two.
Nonetheless, the fact remains that you are a cryptor. Are you truly about to let your assigned Lost Belt be destroyed? What will you say to the to the others?
Why, I'll just say I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. Oopsie. I like that response, Pepperoncino.
I don't want to get on their bad side either. I'm just going with the flow here. Humph. Will I trust you even less now? Here is so easygoing. Why did you join the cryptors in the first place? You could have just turned them down from the start.
Well, that was a cruel thing to say.
Huh?
Circumstantial change confirmed. I have a proposal for you, chosen ones. An offer for those of you who were cast aside. If you desire acclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep.
It makes no difference to a god. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but we didn't have any choice. Thawing the coffins might not sound like a big deal, but it's basically like recovering dead bodies. We were all dead in there. We were never going to wake up from that darkness.
Except for Akuta because she built different, yo.
But then, the foreign god came and told us, "You may live on as a crypter or die as a master." And that was that. Honestly, I still don't know who or what this foreign god is. Krishtara seems like he does, but he's not one to talk. All I know is, in exchange for being given new life, we were to be thrown into this newly wiped clean world and put in charge of growing our respective lost boat's tree of emptiness. Of course, I know we betrayed all of mankind when we chose to leave our coffins as crypters, so I'm not under any illusion that we're the real victims here. I'll even admit that I thought this game to see who'll get to be king of the world sounded fun. Whatever will be, you know. If an old monk friend of mine were here now, he'd probably say something like, "You guys are just unlucky."
He has a monk friend? Is it the caster you don't like? The monk you don't like? But he said friend, so maybe not.
Still, there's nothing to be gained from cursing your fate, and besides, I was already getting bored with it. So I'm just going to do the best I can, and try not to throw my life away for nothing. I'm not going to sell out my fellow crypters, and I have no desire to fight all of you to the death either. And since that works out for the both of us, isn't that good enough for now?
Then, does it mean that nobody on Team A willingly chose to side with the foreign god?
I don't know about all of us, but me, Kadok, and Ophelia sure didn't. Oh wait, I guess Ophelia's an exception. She swore to become a crypter for her own, very personal reasons.
For love. Then, please, just tell me one thing. Where does the name Cryptors come from? Is it a code name for something? Did the foreign god give it to you?
No way! You're really bringing that up now? Alright, I just remembered. You never knew this, did you, Mashi? Now it all makes sense. The name Cryptors comes from Director Marisbury. It was a title he gave to the special masters who were chosen for Team A.
So that was the name originally given to them, huh?
Anywho, let's talk about how exactly we can go about beating Arjuna. Cause I'll be honest, I've got nothing. This is no laughing matter. No laughing matter. He even shrugged off my noble phantasm like it was nothing. Although, now I understand why. It's because his very divine existence is just that strong. There's no trick or even magecraft involved. It's just what he is, plain and simple.
Geez, so he even cheats just by existing? How in the world are we supposed to beat him then?
Honestly, you're in much worse shape to fight him now than Carney's out of the picture. Yet now that Carney's out of the picture, I just don't see how Ganesha there could ever fill his shoes no matter how hard she tries.
Hey, you don't have to rub it in. Believe me, I'm well aware. Maybe there's someone else who could help us? I say we go look for Ganesha number 2. Maybe there's someone else who could help us? Let's go look around.
True. There could well be another rogue servant here. If we could find them and win them over, it would be the fastest and surest way of bolstering our ranks. That would be great, but that is a big if.
Well, if there's anyone else like Ganesha around here, there's a good chance someone in town might know about them. Why don't we head back to Bichu again and see what we can find out?
Sounds good to me. Then what are we waiting for? Like they say, no road is long with good company, and it's best to make hay while the sun shines. Eee! Don't worry about a thing. I'm sure we never run out of things to talk about along the way. I can't say that was actually a concern.
It looks like we're having fun. Except for Mash, maybe.
We didn't have any choice.
That's right. I'd forgotten that. Everyone had the reasons for making the choices they did. That's why things ended up like this. Nice people. Not so nice people. People who were interested in me. People who weren't interested in me. I know everyone on Team A. I'd forgotten I knew that. I only just remembered that they were also people who lived in Chaldea. That's why, right now, if I was stronger, maybe I wouldn't be feeling so conflicted right now. If only I was a perfect demi-servant, then... Mash? Something wrong? Oh? Oh, sorry, it's nothing. It looks like we're almost there. I already have an idea for who we can talk to first. It'd be great if she knows something. Other gods? I guess you haven't heard anything then.
Maybe using the word God isn't the best way to go about it. It might be better to take a different approach. We're looking for someone who is very much out of place in this world. In other words, someone who finds his place as wrong as we do. If someone like that exists, they'd probably be out fighting Kali regardless of what Yuga is. So the question we should be asking is... Here, little miss, let me put it to you this way. Have you heard any rumors about naughty heretics who don't obey your god's teachings? Oh, besides us, of course.
Pepperoncino, that is a good way to explain it. Good way to word it, I mean. Oh, I think the mayor would probably know something about that.
Well, I wouldn't call them bad exactly. Everything alive in this world is the god's creation after all. But I would say they're just a bit too focused on the wrong things, unfortunately. Nonetheless, yes, I've heard there are people like that. There are people like that in the village on the other side of the mountain.
It's always in the mountains, huh?
I'm told they spend most of their time... I'm told they spend most of their time taking up weapons and fighting the Kali, in defiance of the god's teachings. They certainly do things differently than we do in Bichu, where we accept God's trials with piety and grace. But I suppose that is just the way they chose to live their lives.
It's still a bit shocking how much more amiable he is now compared to when we first met him. But at any rate, this is great. Now we have a promising lead. Let's head for the village right away, Master. Sounds good to me, but just be aware that you might not be able to get there by nightfall. I think it's better if we don't move around too much in the middle of the night, so if you find a good place to make camp, don't be shy about doing that, okay? We can live in the cave again. Don't worry about that. I hate going on a forced march. If I had to go hiking, I'd make sure to take it nice and slow. As long as I'm around, I won't be letting anyone push themselves too hard, not even if they want to. I think it's so funny how you keep mentioning how off-putting it is, how that the mayor can go from rawr to hee hee. I mean, that's what it's like in my house. My dad could be cursing up a storm in the kitchen, shouting, swearing, and then afterwards he'll come out and be like, okay, food's ready. You wanna try some? I'm like, ooh, rage-filled food. My favorite. We'll be heading out. We'll be heading back out at dawn, Pepe. Are you sure you don't need? Are you sure you don't need to get some sleep?
What about you, Mashi? You're still standing. Watch this late.
I'm a demi-servant, so I'm fine going out. Yeah, so I'm fine going without sleep for a while.
Funny how you're okay without sleep, but the divine spirit servant over there apparently can't get enough. Well, that's okay. This works out nicely for me. Mind if I stand watch with you for a while?
No, that's fine with me.
That was only a pretense, of course. I was actually just waiting for a good chance to ask you this. Did you get a chance to talk to Ophelia?
Yes, I did. We didn't have a lot of time, but I still feel like we said a lot. Much more than we ever expressed to each other in Chaldea.
I'm glad to hear that. She always did want to have a good heart-to-heart with you, I could tell. So, what did you talk about?
Well, one of our topics was romance.
Oh, this is such a cute cutscene. I'm just imagining me, like, pretending to sleep, just listening in on this whole thing.
That's what I would do.
No way, seriously? Aw, what I wouldn't give to have been a fly on the wall for that. I can't think of anything better than Ophelia talking about romance. I can just imagine the three of us chatting over a nice cup of tea, hours passing in the blink of an eye.
Do you know what happened to everyone, Pepe?
I heard what happened from Krishtar and the others, yes. But those are just boring old facts. That's not what I really want to know. That's why I wanted to ask you about them directly.
I see. I don't think there's anything I need to keep secret, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Even though I'm a crypter? Even though I'm your enemy?
Yes, I remember that. I remember that despite everything that's happened, we were still both members of Team A. That hasn't changed just because you're a crypter now, too.
I see. Well, thank you. I'm sure Kadak, Ophelia, and Akuta are frustrated by how things turned out, but I doubt they have any regrets. So they all fought bravely, huh? And here I am, just pathetically doing whatever I can to survive.
I don't think that's anything you need to feel bad about.
Hey, I'm still on the crypter side. I can't help but feel frustrated too. No matter how hard it is to survive, I still find myself thinking there might have been a better way to end things. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring down the mood.
Hello?
If things don't go your way even after you struggle as much as you can, your only choice is to give up and move on. I just had to come to terms with that again. That's just my lot in life, I'm afraid. Nothing I ever do quite seems to work out.
Really? But you always seem to me like you excel at everything you do.
That's only because I stick to things that I know I can do. I'm not talking about fate and destiny. But hey, that can be extremely motivating in its own right. And it's not like I've given up on everything, you know?
Have I started imaginary event yet? No. Because I heard there's a spoiler in there, and I'm like, I gotta do Last Belt 4 first. Since I want that free Saint Quartz too. Ooh, I can now set up to 3 normal and event lineups. Oh, that's cool. 3 event lineups too. I like that.
Alright, I think it's time I go to bed. A complexion this perfect requires plenty of sleep.
Wait, that's how I get beautiful skin? I gotta get plenty of sleep? Really? That's the secret? But no matter what time I sleep at. Sometimes I'll just wake up randomly at like 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 or 4 a.m. And I just look at my phone for like a second or two, and then I go back to sleep because I'm like, it's too early to wake up. Or sometimes I'll hear roosters crowing at 2 a.m. Besides, how could I look Ophelia in the eye if I neglected my own skincare after I kept admonishing her? Thank you for telling me what happened with the other cryptors, Mashi. Good night. Of course. Good night, Pepe. I can set a single craft essence to as many lineups as I want? Ooh, I like that. I don't know if I consider it lucky living near roosters. There's just lots and lots of chickens over here. They're the wyverns of where I live. Out of curiosity, how many sections is this Lost Belt? Because I'm trying to pace myself too. Because right now I went through sections 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm thinking of streaming Fate again on Saturday, and then maybe Sunday, and then of course next week too to get through this, since I have how many days left? Because 4 sections seems like a decent amount. Ah, 19, but they vary in length. Ooh, I see, I understand. There's 9 days for this at least. So let's say I got to this part for now, and then... Okay, if I do like 4 more next time, or at least 8 more next time, I mean at the end of the week technically. Oh yeah, that's fine then. Yeah, as long as I do 4 each time, it's all good basically. So I want to summon. I'm feeling antsy because I want to ride on the good luck wave. Wait. While that loads, I gotta find the thingy. I saved the thing. Let me go to my images real quick. I gotta bring up the stuff. Yeah, let's see. Ah, true. Van Gogh isn't on this banner. I want to do it when they both are there, so then that way I have an equal chance of getting either one. I know it's better to go for one, well, it's like just one of them, but oof. I'd have to wait until the 30th then. 30th is Sunday, I believe, because Monday is Halloween, and Monday I want to dress up for school, as one do to assert dominance. Shoot. It was a major update, there was a few gigabytes. Okay, yeah, I gotta do that then. So sweet. Okay, I'm gonna pace myself good. Asserting dominance is a T-pose. I got T-pose while dressed up too. So I'm yeah, that's pretty good then. Cause yeah, at this point it's good to pace then, so I can do 4 more on Saturday, 4 more on Sunday. And then hope for the best on Monday. Depending on how long the sections are. So yay! That's like a decent point to end off in then. Just because I don't want to leave the village yet, because I'm saving the picture of Pepperoncino looking beautiful inside of the flowery area, because I'm like, that's a good thumbnail. Me and Pepperoncino looking sassy together. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gotcha luck. I want Captain and Van Gogh. I gotta hope for the best. I have the chant ready. I will say the entire summoning chant just to see if it improves my luck, at least this one time. So see you guys later. Bye bye. More on Saturday and Sunday.